Welcome, you beautiful faces, back to PommyInOz, and today what we're doing, as always, is we're going to be tipping the exceptional round of football we've got, the Sir Doug Nicholls round. Can't wait for this one. Some absolute belting fixtures and some that look mighty, mighty hard to predict. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Last week, we did incredibly well with the tips, tipping 7 out of 9. Couple of shocks there, technically 7.5 if we count the North Melbourne game, but we can't count it. So there it is. But as always, we like to finish the week with a little bit of a twist. We like to do a little bit of limerick / poetry around these parts. So let's see what round 9 had in store for us. The Crows held out the port with some grit, though their clearance game turned to not it. Rosie gave all, but he still took the fall, as Thilthorpe stood tall with the mitts. Brisbane got humbled by North, but snuck out with 2 points henceforth. Zorko ran wild, the Roos they smiled, but missed it inches up north. The Blues were down blokes on the pine, yet still found a way to look mighty fine. Mackay was a beast, Saints' chances they deceased. It had the Blues board sipping their wine. The Pies pulled a win out of their socks, though the Dockers did most of the knocks. Hill danced through gaps, and Elliott, he just snaps, and Freo copped more than just the hard knock. The Giants stayed cool under heat, while the Cats let the game slip through their feet. Hogan went mad, the Cats, they just look bad, but Geelong, they've tasted another defeat. Gold Coast went north once again and beat the Dogs in slippery terrain. Row brought pain, Dogs they couldn't gain, and Dimmer grinned wider than champagne. The Bombers went bang, and then they went bust, as Sydney nearly stole it as they came with a thrust. Caddy was bright, the second half gave them a fright, left the scrams screaming, who do we trust? The Hawks rode the storm late on in, as the D's forgot how to win. Gunston still got it, Jife nearly botched it, and Warple's just happy he got the win. The Tigers hold off the blue and gold, the Eagles grow braver and bold. One chase from Brown, he gave Richmond the crown, while West Coast loss never gets old. And that was the round that was in round 9. So now we look at tipping for round 10. So let's get into it. So we start off with Gold Coast versus Hawthorn at the TIO. We know it's a fortress for the mighty, mighty Gold Coast, but I'm going to surprise many people here. I'm going to tip the Hawks. I'm going to tip them by 12 points in this one. We head over to the SCG. My Blues were live for this game, going and entertaining the Swans. Incredible. No TDK, a ground they haven't won. I'm going to reluctantly tip the Swans and hope I'm wrong. Collingwood versus Adelaide. Few changes for the Pies. Adelaide flying. I'm going to back the Crom in here. It's hard to tip against Collingwood, but I do feel that back line is going to be under a bit of duress. We go to the Port Adelaide hosting Geelong. I think Geelong get up in this one. GWS at host Fremantle. Can't see Fremantle finding enough to hurt them. Then we go to the cracking game that is Dogs versus Essendon. A real entertaining one, this one. A real tough one to tip, but I do think the Dogs and Marvel will be too strong. Richmond versus North. Without any hesitation, I'm picking Richmond for this one. And then at the Gabba, I think that's a no-brainer. And then Optus versus Saints. I think the Skilder will be too good. That's the tips then. Let me know what you guys and girls are going with. As always, drop a like, drop a subscribe. Let me know how you score this week as well. I'll always be intrigued. I'll see you twice tomorrow. The VFL game for Carlton. We're doing Pom Cotter Watch, the guy that sits proudly behind me. And then we'll be for the game. And then we've got the Adelaide versus Collingwood game, which I think will be a ripper on the Arvo. Loads to come this weekend. Look after yourselves. Pommy out.
Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it in a sense, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.